Well, welcome into this, the playoff for 5th and 6th. And it is Leo FATIALOFA with the black sweater on at the moment, warm-up sweater. And he's just turned 17 a few days ago. And he has got a current PSA ranking of 380 up against Michael SHELTON-AGAR, who is in the green t-shirt. He doesn't have a world ranking, but he's been a decent junior around New Zealand. He's only 21. And it should be an entertaining contest because SHELTON-AGAR does pull out the odd unorthodox shot, whereas FATIALOFA is very good fake. He's very good at holding the ball there. He's very good at using the boast as well. And one thing about FATIALOFA is that he does have a huge support base, and we hope that Henderson Squash Club is able to enjoy watching this match as well. Most of his relatives play squash at Henderson, and very much a community and family club as well. So let's hear it also from any supporters of Leo. Feel free to make some comments. We had quite a few when he was actually doing the commentary yesterday. Some new words and new language used that people of anybody over 30, in fact, or over 25 probably wouldn't recognise. But feel free to make any comments, and this match will get underway in just a few moments. You don't want to have another 5 like that and get a decision in the end. You poor buggers.
The thing's not working, sorry, so you'll simply verbalize it. And welcome into this, the playoff for 5th and 6th. It is Leo FATIALOFA in the, we'll call it yellow-green, against Michael SHELTON-AGAR in the darker, well, black shorts and the darker top as well. Great to have the Henderson Squash Club supporters here as well. And for his punishment for winning Jack Condor, the pinball, he is now the referee for this particular match. He's just played 5 games, nearly an hour. And now he's refereeing as well. Please feel free to make any comments about the match or about any particular shots, even about the refereeing. We won't mind too much. This is the first sport in New Zealand of an elite level, which has got underway. It got underway 24 hours after. Oh, great rally. 24 hours after lockdown, it had gone from level 3 to level 2. And what you've probably got to see in this match is FATIALOFA is very quick around the court, and it certainly does hold the ball quite well on his shots, very good at disguising them. Michael SHELTON-AGAR, a little unorthodox with his play, but he makes you play, and that's the important thing. Great movement there from FATIALOFA, and able to retrieve the drop and then hit it deep.
And as you saw, if you watched the first game with Jack Condor against Glenn Templeton, we are able to play long or short, which means you want to win by 1 or you can go to 13. It's a little bit old-fashioned, but it's been a bit of fun. Players just remembering what they're going to in this tournament. What you will see from Fatialofa on the court, we've said about his disguising of shots, but is that he is very athletic when it comes to his movement. It looks as though you can almost put him in any sport, the way he is able to move. He is only 17, as I said. His family is heavily involved in Henderson Squash Club. We know that a number of them are watching. He's a prefect at Auckland Grammar, which is a very respectful award to get. And he said yesterday when he was helping out with some commentary that he really loves being able to hit winners. Sometimes he has to slow himself down as well. And running out to an early lead here, 7-3. And this is where SHELTON-AGAR will need to either slow down the points or create something a little bit different with his own shots that he has. He's got experience, but it's whether or not he can keep up with Fatialofa. And good to see the different styles of players. We had yesterday Anthony Lepper and Timo Chalisi, very similar in the way they played. They played a 5-setter in what was the semi-final. And not quite coming off at the moment for SHELTON-AGAR. As you can see the comment there from John.Duggan saying for some of the players, yeah, it's a little bit of tightness. That one out. Leo Fatialofa in the white shorts and Michael SHELTON-AGAR in the black. Yeah, the speed around the court there of Leo Fatialofa is quite exceptional. It's now a matter of him being able to harness that talent. He's been to a couple of world champs. Probably a key part of his career now. At age 17, he's got exams at school, his last year at high school, and he's got to then think, well, how can I take my junior form and make it into senior as well? He does have the ranking, as we'd mentioned, of 380 at the moment, PSA. Played quite a number of PSA satellites. Much to PSA Squash TV. As I said, leave a like. Let's get as many people watching as we can. We've got 2 remaining matches too, and the second match, make that the 4th match, in fact the grand final as well, is scheduled for 5:15 at the earliest, which will be about 6:15 UK time. So if you don't mind getting up early on a Sunday, you can watch some top squash. And SHELTON-AGAR just a little bit tight around the body. It's going to be the case for a few players, not just because of the matches, but because this is the first time they've played matches in 7 or 8 weeks. And hopefully by the second tournament, everybody would have loosened up and limbered up and be ready to play again. A nice touch. And I wonder if we've got any supporters there for Michael SHELTON-AGAR, club player out of the Rimbiwara club. We know we have some Henderson supporters for Leo. What about anybody? Giving a shout out for SHELTON-AGAR, getting a lot of running around the court at the moment. I'm sure there's a few people watching this who maybe aren't the rising star of juniors in whatever place they are, and they're a club player who likes to get out there and be competitive. Anybody out there who's a club player who's just like to be competitive, let us know. Well played there by SHELTON-AGAR, forcing Leo FATIALOFA into the backhand corner, making him tight in that corner and difficult to get a shot away. So Ironman has come back saying that they are the club player. I'm not sure if this is Ironman out of the movie or their pseudonym. Just think about if you were the club player, how would you go against Leo FATIALOFA? SHELTON-AGAR staying in this particular game. And for those in the Auckland region and around most of New Zealand, Interclub starts next month in mid-June. And a nice touch there by Leo FATIALOFA. But with Interclub starting next month, around about this time, in fact, probably 3 weeks away in the Auckland region and other parts of the country as well. Great opportunity for all players who are taking part of this tournament. They all play in Interclub. It's quite a strong lead in the A grade. Lack of footwork on that one there for SHELTON-AGAR. So the opportunity to take out the second game, a couple of points away. And the game ball. So far, not too many questions asked of the young referee, Jack Condor, who won the first match and now is doing the refereeing. Oh my goodness. Leo FATIALOFA decided to end it. Wow. Yeah, we're keen on the tactics as well. What would you do in this situation if you're Michael SHELTON-AGAR? Oh, it's a sky shot. No volley. Oh, much better start to this. Maybe he's been listening to some of the comments there for Michael SHELTON-AGAR. For love. Well, there was a shot at the front wall there from Michael SHELTON-AGAR. I don't know how many walls it hit. I'm not too sure what anybody said to Michael SHELTON-AGAR in the break, but whatever was said, it's helped. Although a golden opportunity wasted on that one. 6th, the opportunity for Leo FATIALOFA. Okay, that's a little bit better for FATIALOFA to come back. This appears to be what Michael SHELTON-AGAR plays like. You try and read him. Oh, there's another one. You try and read him and you think you've got it, but he tells you you haven't. Oh, nice touch. A mini comeback from Leo FATIALOFA, now 4-8. Oh, the opportunity was there to go to 9 for Michael SHELTON-AGAR. He certainly shot out to a good lead. And a test of both players, FATIALOFA, if he can come back, and SHELTON-AGAR, if he can hold on. Yep, running out of the way of that one. And you can just see with FATIALOFA, every now and then he's just able to turn it on when he needs to and hit those winners, which are quite exceptional at times. Unfortunately for SHELTON-AGAR, had that big lead, but it's been cut back. A couple of winners from FATIALOFA, and he's really upped the tempo. You can just see the speed and how he's been moving. First few points just wasn't quite there. And there you go, does a shot like that. And asking about the rallies being shorter on the glass court. Possibly on this court, speaking to the players, they've said this court does give you shorter rallies. We're getting into cooler conditions as well. And you do have different players here. In the next match, you'll see longer rallies. The next 2 matches, that is. It's the attacking play of both of these players as well. When you see Elijah Thomas against Anthony Lepper, and then Joel Ascot against Timur Chalisi, you'll see longer rallies, that's for sure. These 2 players like to go for their shots. There'll be some high errors, but they'll certainly like to go for it. Well, came back, what a comeback. A very good comeback there from Leo FATIALOFA. Was down about 8-4 or thereabouts, and came back to take out the match as well.